everyone, welcome to another edition of Paper Renee. Today we're going to make a really simple Valentine's Day card, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Cricut machine on this, and I'm going to use the Simply Sweet cartridge, which has a really cute font that I find that I use all the time, but I'm going to use this heart here on page 52, the one with the letter U in it. I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to cut one out of cardboard, one out of my top paper, which I'll show you in a second, and I'm also going to cut out this heart here on page 71 to use as the bottom. I cut out that plain one on a piece of just yellow cardstock, that I left over. Then I cut a layer with the letter U out of it using cardboard. And chipboard, or as they call it in the crafting world, is really popular now. And you can buy all kinds of shapes. If you don't have a Cricut machine, you can buy a heart easily out of chipboard. For my chipboard, I'm using an old cereal box. I keep these and just have a little bag that I keep these in, and it's free. And we're reusing it. And so I just cut that out. And cut out, this is pretty thin, but to cut this out on your Cricut machine is no problem. You don't need the deep blade for this. Just use your multi-cut button, and I cut this out 3 times. When you use multi-cut, it'll do the same thing 3 times over, and that 2 would probably do it, but I've always just done 3, so why change it? And then the last piece will be my top piece, which is this really cute paper here, and it's from My Mind's Eye, and the name of the paper set is Love Me Do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue all this together. And this Tombow Mono, which I've shown you many times, has this fine point tip, but it also has on the other side this like flatter tip, which is perfect for this because you can put a little bit of glue down and then it'll spread it out for you. Now when you're doing this at home, get another piece of paper and put under it so you don't make a mess. Just saying. I don't know why I didn't do it. Okay, there's our little heart, and I'm going to set that aside and let it dry. Now for my card base, I've taken a sheet of this 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I cut 4 1/4, I stripped 4 1/4 off. This paper is 8.5 inches wide, and so whenever you cut it at 4 1/4, if you fold it in half, it makes it a square. This is a good size square because it will still fit in an A2 size envelope, which is what you want if you want to put it in the mail. There are a lot of cute like square envelopes out there, but it's extra postage if you want to use a square envelope. So just keep that in mind. If you make it a size that it will fit in the A2 size card, then you're going to be good to go. Okay, for my sentiment, I'm going to use these stamps. These just plain letter stamps. You can use anything you have. I'm going to put the word love on here like this, so it'll say love you. And I kind of laid it on there the way I like it, and then I'm just going to go ahead and take my block and just set my block on top of it. And that way I know that's how it's going to line up. I'm going to do this using embossing powder, white embossing powder. So I'm going to use a dryer sheet and just kind of go over it with the dryer sheet. This gets all the extra little things off of it, dust particles and stuff that the embossing powder will stick to that I don't want it to stick to. I just want it to stick to the words love, to my stamp. I'm going to use Versamark ink, which is what you need to use whenever you emboss. Versamark stays sticky longer and is what you need. Other inks just will not stay sticky long enough. And we'll stamp it. And then here's my embossing powder that I keep in this little Rubbermaid container with its spoon. click off the extra. Okay, now my embossing, my heat tool. Okay, and once you turn that off, it's a good idea to kind of do this with your paper a little bit so it won't warp. Sometimes it warps pretty good whenever you use the heat tool on it. Okay, so then this is going to go right here. And I'm going to put this down using my ATG 714. I'm going to round the corners off, just the bottom. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of bling to this corner, and I have some Class Appeal stickers by Stampendous. They're vinyl stickers, and they're just really shiny. You could also use brads or really anything that you have on hand to put on there, but I'm going to use these because these are cards that I'm going to mail, and so I don't want them to be overly bulky. And sometimes it's easier with these small stickers is to put them on an X-Acto knife. Put them on. Oops. Like that. Okay, there we have it, our really simple Valentine's Day card. I hope you enjoyed this, and y'all have a great week. Bye!